Mims missed today with a hamstring. Gore with a hamstring. Kafusi with a hamstring. Pierre Desir with a hamstring. Jabari had a quad. And Dixon has a hip flexor. So those guys missed practice today. Hopefully we'll be getting guys back. Every day we should be getting somebody back. We'll kind of see how it plays out with, as far as how long guys will be out. Obviously, everybody reacts a little different when they're coming back from these hamstring injuries or soft tissue injuries. I thought today, great energy by the guys. You can see they're excited to be out there. It was good to get to go against each other. It's been a long time. I mean, it's the first practice we've had since December. And I don't know, maybe like 60% of the guys that we have are new, it feels like. So it was a good start for us. We got a long ways to go. We had too many pre-snap penalties today. We just got to really do a lot better job, study the film, learn from it, and then go out there and execute tomorrow a lot better than what we did today. So whatever questions you guys got.
Adam, specific to Mims and Frank, when did these injuries happen and how long do you expect each to be out?
Frank was a little more precautionary. I think it was one of the workouts maybe last week or something like that. I don't remember the exact day. I mean, he's been doing stuff with the group, just really trying to be smart with him today. Mims, it was, and the days are running together. I can't remember if it was yesterday or the day before. We were just running routes on air. It was a low throw. He kind of took a weird step and really stretched himself out. And it just, he felt something. And we're just going to have to see how long it takes.
How much is this going to hurt Denzel, Adam, because of the fact he's a rookie? He already didn't have OTAs and minicamp, and now he's missing time for when you guys aren't.
Yeah, anytime you miss time, it's every rep we have right now is extremely valuable. So, we'll kind of see how it looks in the big picture of things. I know, he's probably going to spend a lot of time, whether it be with Sean, Hines, myself, Dow, of doing as many walkthroughs as he can, because, when we're doing walkthroughs, you're not running around full speed, and you can kind of at least get to the, your alignments and do your assignments and things like that. So, it's mentally we can help them improve, but at the end of the day, when you're playing that spot, it's all about that chemistry you have with the quarterback. And, we're missing time. And I know this, he's done, since he's been here, he's tried to do everything right. He shows up early, tries to make sure that he does all the right things, taking care of his body. It was just a really weird step he took, and it just got stretched out.
Hey, Adam, this is Mark Canizaro from the Post. I just wonder, even on a first day on the field here, and Monday, if you guys are going to be in pads the first time, how much this early are you looking at your final product and just kind of envisioning what it's going to look like? Obviously, because it's coming around the corner faster than normal.
We got some time. There's no way I'm going to think that far ahead right now. We all do. You always want to say, hey, this is what we're going to be and this is how we're going to look. I think it's so early. This is our first time we've been on the field since December. And there's so many new guys. We have so much to learn about each other because of the amount of new guys that we do have. I think, defense is obviously going to be a little bit ahead of the offense because we do have a lot of guys returning. And the guys that we have added, quite a few of them are veteran players. And, I think those guys, probably today especially, it was, they hear those huddle calls. Those guys, they know all the adjustments. They've been through all this stuff before, and, they could easily jump into install 20 if they wanted to. Those guys are they know Greg's defense really well. I think on our side, on the offensive side of the ball, we got a lot to learn. We got a lot of adjustments to go through, and we got to expedite the process as fast as possible. And really, right now, if I'm looking too far ahead, we're going to miss the steps we need to make.
With kind of that receiving core, especially now with Mims out. I know Mims is a rookie, but even aside from it, you guys don't really have too many veterans in that group. Would you like to add a body there? Would you like to add somebody who's kind of been there, done that a little bit to help the younger guys along?
Yeah, I think that's always something that's going to be discussed, with Joe and his crew. It's a little harder. It's not like you can fly somebody in and, you'll have somebody out on the field the next day. There's a pretty pretty lengthy process you got to go through. You know, getting guys in, you know, the COVID testing. I mean, you're going to be waiting a minute. So, you know, if we do anything, I mean, it's you guys going to at least see somebody sitting around for a little bit before we actually get them out there. You know, I mean, right now I love the way that our group's working. You know, we just got to stay healthy. You know, we could get thin quick with the numbers.
Adam, I was wondering if you had an update on Bryce Hall and Shaim Carter. It seems like they've been on the COVID reserve list for a few weeks now. You have any update on that?
Yeah, I mean, right now it's, you know, they're still on the COVID IR, and, you know, they got to go through a lot of different processes until we get any kind of clearance. I mean, that one will be an obvious one because you guys, you'll see them come off and then you'll see them at practice.
Adam, you know, today's practice typically would be what you would see in May, you know, the first OTA type practice, and you got a lot of time until the season goes. You know, seeing them, there's a little rust out there and kind of working out the kinks. Is it in the back of your mind, though, that, you know, hey, we only have 4 weeks here to get this right?
Yeah, we got to make all our mistakes here in 2 days. That way we make it all of May, so, and then jump to training camp pretty much. So, I mean, we're all going through the same thing. Every team's going through the same thing where, you know, we're all on the field for the first time, or maybe a couple teams have already been on the field for a couple days. But we're all going through the same process. Everybody's got new guys at some place on their team. You know, everybody's trying to find a way, how do we, you know, get better fast, get chemistry as quickly as possible. You know, that's what we have to try to do. We can't panic just because we only have 4 weeks to get ready for the first game. We got to find a way to get better every day. I think the way that it's structured with practices and being able to walk through, the amount of time that we were given to walk through, I think it's going to be really helpful because it'll help with our practices the next day. When we're able to walk through and then the next day we'll be able to go out there and execute what we walked through the night before, it eliminates thinking and lets our guys react.
And just overall, what is the experience of being out there for practice like? Is it more normal than you thought it would be? Is it weird? In what ways is it weird? Just what's it like overall?
I think you almost, I know you're wearing the mask and that's the only thing that kind of reminds you really. You know, you see everybody spread out. Like when you guys are standing over there, you guys are all supposed to be 6 feet apart. I mean, I don't know if we accomplished that today, but I mean, that was your guys' first day out there. But you can see the spacing around the field, how everybody was, you know, aware. But I do think you get lost in the moment a little bit as far as it's football. You see guys out there working extremely hard, and you're reminded you're back to work. But at the same time, you're not forgetting about the protocols that are put in place, and you're trying to do everything right.
Adam, what was your opinion, your takeaway on Greg Williams' little jab at the Seattle defensive scheme?
Anybody to ask me that question, I'm shocked it's you, Rich.
Hey,
you know,
got to do it.
Yeah,
Were you surprised?
I mean, when I heard about it last night, I mean, it's Jamal's in Seattle. We're going to worry about ourselves.
Not going to touch that one, huh?
Nope.
Adam, what's been your impression of the offensive line so far in camp, and specifically, what has your impression of Mekhi Becton been?
Well, when you look at our offensive line, I mean, we're a lot bigger than last year. I know that. It's a really good looking group. It's very deep. I've really been impressed how these guys work, both in when we're doing walkthroughs, the detail that these guys are trying to accomplish and the communication. Both groups. I mean, I'm hearing these guys talk. I mean, it's obviously Jonathan being here before. When he's rolling with his group, he's helping so many different guys, and then we got a bunch of guys that haven't really played together before on the other line, and those guys are doing a good job of communicating with each other, trying to find those shortcuts that you need to do in some of the protections and run games. And, you know, we had a couple moments today where you could see the communication was probably a little much, but that's the first step. And, you know, as far as, you know, when you see Becton on that left side, man, that's a big man protecting our quarterback, and I'm glad he's here.
Adam, there was a
we'll take a couple more.
Adam, there was a play today where Quinnen was actually able to get by Beckham, where it looked like he kind of came across the line pretty quick. Have you seen a difference in Quinnen Williams this year compared to last and the little bit of time you've been on the field?
It's hard to tell. I mean, especially right now, when you're looking, I mean, when I watch the film, I'll probably see what you're talking about because everything, I mean, we're moving pretty quick. Quinnen's come in and he's gone to work. I mean, I've the couple times I've rolled by him, chatted with him, he looks like he's got his head down, he's working. He ain't looking to talk much. And I think, the group he's with, that's a great group to be a young guy with. I mean, you have a lot of really good guys to look up to and learn how to be a professional, both on and off the field, how to get ready for the season. I'm excited for him to be able to go into this year and do some damage.
Adam, everybody's talked about Sam being a little more familiar and everything like that. Can you see that today? Did you see something today that that he knows this much better?
Yeah, I mean it starts with the simplest things of play calling. I mean, he doesn't have to think about it. Like, I'll start calling the play, he walks away. He knows what's coming. He's getting to that point where he's really comfortable there. The protection's just setting things up, mic points, the run game, like all those little adjustments. I mean, he's not splitting the atom. It's happening quick, and which that allows him to worry about other things. Identifying the coverage, knowing where to go the ball, throwing an accurate ball, right ball placement. And when you're going against our defense, I mean, you get the full gamut right out the gate. So, I mean, we saw like 30 coverages, I felt like today, day one. So, I mean, that's good. I mean, it's good. It's good for the offense. They got to make a lot of adjustments. I mean, it's maddening for the quarterback sometimes where he's like, can I just see a couple coverages today? But he gets the full gamut.
Adam, have you talked to coaches around the league, other head coaches and other people about how they're approaching this, with all the COVID stuff, and kind of just brainstorms with anyone?
I think there was a lot of conversation, I think, amongst a lot of us, especially in the spring and then really leading up to this when we were kind of waiting to see how the rules were going to play out. And I know I had a lot of conversations with other head coaches, and even kind of once we got started, just kind of communicating with a few guys that I'm close with, that just seeing how things were going. We were just kind of giving each other heads up if we had any bumps in the road, like, hey, look out for this, or hey, how's this gone for you? So I think, and every head coach has probably been doing the same thing. And you got a couple guys that you're close with that you can communicate with just to see how it's going on their end. I think everybody was almost looking out for each other, just trying to help each other out, because we all have different experiences. We're all in different parts of the country. So I think everybody's just trying to give everybody a heads up of what they're experiencing.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, guys.